Hello, hello. I'm back to Final Fantasy. Um, I did intend to play more Neo, right up until I kind of realized that playing it on stream in tandem with when I gonna capture the game OBS. Uh, but playing why is it like this? What? Playing Neo on stream in tandem with what happened to my blur? Oh no, everything's broken. Oh no. Where? Well, that's annoying. Well, while I fix this, and I'm sorry, I suppose I will just prattle on about why I'm not doing what I initially said I'd be doing. So I kind of realized that I I really didn't I wasn't really enjoying Neo that much playing it on stream, and this pretty much entirely being because of the fact that I was also playing it on my own time. Um, so I just kind of realized what would likely be common sense for most people, but evidently not for me. That it's really better if I uh, don't do that. If I don't play games on my own time at the same time that I intend, or when at the same time I'm planning on playing them on stream, because it becomes a worst of both worlds scenario. I'm not blind to the game because I'm playing it on my own time, so I'm always going to be slightly ahead of stream. And I don't have the knowledge of everything that's going to be going on that I would get from if I were playing it fully New Game Plus style, like with 14. So it's just, eh. So when or if I return to Neo, it'll likely be once I finished it on my own time. And then I was considering starting up Kingdom Come Deliverance because I've owned that game for a long time, and I couldn't get through it on my own the first time. It just didn't hook me early on. And then I was thinking that streaming would be a good thing to push me to do that, but I kind of decided that that 2 times streaming in a row, like I'm starting a new game, it wouldn't look very good. So I'm gonna get through the Alexander raids first, and then maybe I'll start that, or I don't know. I'll see how I'm feeling, right? Ultimately, I'm primarily doing this for fun. So, um, I also apologize a little bit because I realized that the title on Twitch is going to be a little inaccurate for at most one quest. Because I realized that if I don't properly finish out the chapter and I start the Alexander raids, it's going to wipe my New Game Plus profile, and I'll have to completely play through part 2 of Heaven's Word again to get back up to here. I'm gonna save us all the pain, and actually finish out the quest here real quick. After long years of estrangement, Ishgardians rejoin her sister nations in the Alliance. Words cannot well express my joy. None of this would have been possible without you, my friend. Change is coming to Eorzea, though it will inevitably bring with it a measure of upheaval. With hard work, peace and prosperity are sure to follow. Yet even as we look forward to the coming of a new age, we must needs be wary of old threats. The lords of Garlemald have not relinquished their claim upon Eorzea, and we shall be forced to contend with them again ere long. And then there is the matter of our comrade Estinian, claimed body and soul by Nidhogg. If there is a way to rescue him, we must find it. Suffice it to say, the path ahead holds no shortage of challenges, but together we shall overcome them. And now I have finished part 2. Okay. I don't know why I didn't do that last stream. I guess it just didn't occur to me. But hey. Actually, I'm curious. He is? More you know. So, on to the Alexander raids. Now, luckily, the Alexander raids are run pretty consistently by people and the roulettes, so queues should not be horrible. They won't be great because I'm playing a DPS, but they shouldn't make me want to uninstall. Alternatively, I could do the same thing that I did when I ran the coils, and I run a different job that feels thematic. But if I did that, it'd be either machinist or gunbreaker, and only one of those would give me better queues. It's like, you know, machines and stuff, right? Machinist, it's in the name. You make robots. And then like gunbreaker, but then like gunbreaker's Bosnian Bosnian in origin, which has no connection. And at least machinist has the benefits of being in close proximity. I could torture myself and play Astrologian, all the time stuff. Gunbreaker's also torture, to be fair. It's my least favorite of the other tanks. You know what? Yeah, I don't feel like spending 8 years in queue. I'm gonna do Gunbreaker. It's not quite in theme with Heaven's Word as a whole, but yeah, I'll still be playing through the MSQ properly. Show is Uplander seeing it? Giant of Iron rising from river. Y'shtola and Cid leave to learn more, but are not back yet. Great is plight of Gobbyflock. Giant is too big. It can squash Idleshire flat. Where are the Uplanders? Calm yourself, Slowfix. Oh boy, more goblin speak. Ah, Arentel, 'tis well you are here, for our need is dire. A colossus of steam and steel has risen from the Thaliac. Yet it is no mere forgotten contrivance of Charlian. The resultant etheric disturbance confirms that it is a primal, and that it was summoned amidst the ruins left for the river to reclaim. For a mercy, it stopped dead no sooner than it had broken the water's surface. But so long as it remains in our realm, it may spring to life again at any moment. Yes, but what does Uplander find near Idleshire? Is wilderness still heavy with aether? Nay, the aether grows perilously thin, and more swiftly than I could have imagined. The primal is bleeding the land dry. Should it be suffice to continue, this entire region will become a barren waste in a matter of moons. No, Gobbyflock has just found home after long wanderings. Idleshire will not fall. Slowfix will not allow it. Nor will we. I have already spoken with Elfino, and he concurs that we Scions of the Seventh Dawn must do all in our power to eliminate the threat. Yet given its size, I deem it wise to attack from two fronts. Our first and most obvious recourse is to keep our foe in check, with blade and magic, much as we have done with other such adversaries. Second, I propose that we attempt to cut off the flow of aether which sustains it, mayhap by physically separating the primal from the land. If we are to be rid of the Colossus, I think that the latter course more promising, and mean to enlist Master Matoya's aid in pursuing it, yet such things take time. Thus, I have asked Master Garland to remain here and keep watch over our foe. Given its apparently mechanical nature, his expertise should prove invaluable to you. To you, I say, but I would leave the fate of Idleshire in your hands. Should the should the primal chance to stir ere my return, you are to join Sid in repelling it. An unenviable task, but one for which you are singularly qualified. I have not had nearly enough coffee. Rest assured, I do not mean to linger with Master Matoya any longer than necessary. The moment we find a solution, I shall make haste to rejoin you here. Well then, let us be about our duties. I will leave you to discuss strategies with Sid. Backrix is keeper of knowings for Idleshire. Can say where Sid has gone. Uplander should start with Backrix. And he should be at that little station there. Gunbreaker is actually the first class that I ran through Alexander as, at least a decent portion of it. I don't know why it does that. If anyone would happen to know why the targeting will sometimes skip like that, it'd be interesting to know. I usually use the keybind select because muscle memory primarily. Every now and again, when I try and target something, it'll jump to something else within targeting range immediately, and I can't wrap my head around what might be doing that. Backrix is keeper of knowing and data. What does Uplander wish to learn about? Ah, Uplander comes in search of Sid, yes? Look at that. That was easy. My thanks for sharing your knowings, Backrix. These Illuminati are indeed most hostile. Oh, Arntel, old friend. You haven't seen Yashola, have you? Drained of all aether in a matter of mere moons. Seven hells. How much power does that thing need? Too much, plainly. Well, it sounds as if we have an urgent dismantling job in our hands. From what Backrix has been telling me, the Illuminati are the most likely culprits. They have the knowledge to summon a primal, and the requisite short-sightedness not to think better of it. Fanatical. Captures their philosophy nicely, I think. Their goal being nothing less than sole ownership of all the world's technology. Needless to say, they're more than willing to kill anyone who stands between them and what they want. Quite how they managed to coax a primal into the hulk of a Charlian defense mechanism, I don't know. But it looks like they've made themselves a tiny little fortress inside the Colossus. We'll need to contend with them if we're to disable the thing. As for the task itself, simply destroying whatever serves as its engine should do the trick, assuming it is in fact mechanical. But before all that, we'll need to find a way in, through yet another bloody barrier. Peugeot, barrier is not new. Rose up 3 years ago after ground made shivery shakes. Ruin was freed from Riverbed then. Round Rocks was there, saw with own eyes. Round Rocks, sorry, who is... Daughter of Slowfix, Round Rocks loves junk more than all other gobbies, was collecting then and is playing now. Look. Shiny junk and sparkly rocks, bitty bobs and whirly cogs. I'm sorry for interrupting, Round Rocks, but I need to ask you a question. When the ground shook 3 years ago, did something come bobbing up to the river's surface? Bobbing, nothing bobbed, silly Uplander. Ground made shivery shakes when giant of Willy cogs stood. And then magic walls came up too. So it wasn't the tremor that frayed the Colossus, it was the Colossus which caused the tremor. You are absolutely certain you saw it rise from the waters, young one. Seven Hells. I think someone tried and failed to summon it 3 years ago. But was it the Illuminati, or...? Brayflax comes to trade tongue flaps, Uplander. Ah, just the goblin. Slowfix tells me you're the resident expert on the Illuminati. Pardon me a moment while I consult with my fellow Uplander. Arntel, if I may make a suggestion, I'll speak with Brayflax and learn what I can of our opponents. In the meantime, could you investigate the Colossus itself? Biggs and Wedge are near where its hand landed on the shore of the Thaliac. Join them and see if you can't find a way inside the machine. Oh, and good luck with that barrier. More corrupted crystals. Another etheric ram. A big fucking gun. What shall be the solution this time? I honestly don't remember. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, that should be the only interruption tonight. Hopefully. I'll be getting off at like 9 or so, or sooner if I feel like it, to be honest. The poor buns never get any hats. I didn't talk to Wedge. Arntel, come to see the Colossus, eh? The chief has us looking for a way in. Of course, there's a bleeding barrier around the thing. Another one. Luckily for us, when the big feller came down, his hand clamped onto the shore here, punching a hole in its defenses, and leaving that round portal there unprotected. Only trouble is, it's locked and doesn't seem to have a key. For want of a better idea, Wedge is listening in to Illuminati Link Pearl communications, in hopes they'll mention the trick to opening it. Dee-da, dee-da, dee-dee. There's only one signal coming from inside the giant, and it's always the same pattern. I'm certain it's a code. The Illuminati always use coded messages. From what I hear, they've developed a special kind of crystal specifically for transmuting Link Pearl waveforms. If we could get our hands on one, the Chief's decoding machine here should theoretically be able to use it to untangle the meaning. Quite where we'd find such a crystal is another matter. Does Uplander know Round Rocks? She makes a great collection of drunken things. Maybe is keeping Crystal at shortstop. Wouldn't that be a stroke of luck? And it just so happens I've been working on a means of identifying the crystal in question. Here, Arntel, take this 3G7001B. Sprinkle that powder over the so-called collection and look for anything that glimmers. It should contain the material we need. You may have to borrow one of Round Rock's treasures, but I'm sure she won't mind if you tell her it's for a good cause. They were waiting in a queue and they just never popped for him. They just went AFK and forgot about it. I've never been there before. I've never noticed that before. You must forgive me, but I must know. Okay, that's neat. Huh. Mind, I don't spend very much time in the hinterlands. As pretty as this map is, it's not one of my favorites. And also, to be fair, I don't really spend much time in maps. Realistically speaking, I spend most of my time in cities or doing dungeons. Amongst the jumble of bits and bobs, you spy a faintly glimmering stone. Hello, give me stone. Oh. Hello, give me stone. What is Uplander doing? Sneaky taker, treasure belongs to Round Rocks. Give me stone. Uplander needs it for giant of whirly cogs, but glowstone is most favored as treasure of Round Rocks. Alright, but Uplander must promise to bring it back, or Round Rocks is getting very angry. Yoink. The music is nice though. It's very peaceful. It's one of the more ambient tracks in the game. This big sad to say. If you don't find anything, you can always try blowing that hatch open. That armor looks pretty thick though. Giant of Metal is holding fast to land, and Slowfix is telling Red Bricks to keep eyes on Big Hand. Okay. Ah, Arntel, no burns I see. Oh, no reason. Tell me, did 3G7001B reveal anything? Thank you, and you have my word that I'll give this back to Round Rocks when I finished with it. Now, let's take a listen to what the Illuminati are really saying. Goodness, all that infernal beeping is gone. Now it's a message clear as day. Let's see. Today's schedule of Gordias registration at 7th bell. Stop. Loose the coral cubs at 3rd bell. Stop. Rest and recuperation at 2nd bell. Repeat. Today's schedule 4 Gordias. Coral loosing, but I'm sure that was the only message. This has to be. This has to be some sort of jest. Don't be daft, Wedge. It's just another code. You need the proper crystal and the proper knowledge to understand it. Bleeding Illuminati. Should have known it wouldn't be so easy. Quite the conundrum you have there. Hello, fellow Aura person. But it's your lucky day. I'll crack the code, assuming we can come to a little arrangement. I'm a treasure hunter by trade, and there's a certain something I want inside the giant. I help you get inside, you help me get out with it. A fair deal, no? The name's Mitty, by the way. Charmed, I'm sure. You are aware that the interior is most certainly swarming with Illuminati, yes? She's got a gun. Why do you think I came to you? There's strength in numbers, friend. Best we join forces, eh? Now the words you intercepted are largely gibberish, but paired with the numbers, well, you'll see. 7 stop, 3 stop, 2, wasn't it? You, the big ones. See the pipes atop the hatch? There ought to be a valve up there with a hand wheel. Imagine it's a clock and try turning it right to 7th, left to 3, and then back to 2. Hack the system. Broken into the mainframe. We're in. Other hacker lingo. We did it, we did it. So the Illuminati have been announcing the way to enter the Colossus all along. Strange. Well done for cracking the code anyway. I had less success, sadly. I'm afraid Brave Phlox knows little more than we do about the Illuminati's plan for the Primal. Come, things aren't as bad as Come, things aren't as bad as all that. We found a way inside the machine, we'll just have to learn about it as we go. It's only a massive mammoth after all. Stopping it should be as simple as destroying its core. If we send in a suitably intrepid team of surveyors, I don't see why we can't trace the machine's power back to the source via the struts and piping. And I know just the man to lead the party. What say you, Arentel? What of me, pray tell? I opened the way for this grand expedition of yours. Surely that's earned me a place in your little band to hunt for my treasure. You did as you promised, and you may do as you will now, but only so long as your treasure hunt doesn't endanger the mission. I'd join you if I could, but there's something I need to see first. I'll leave Biggs and Wedge here in case of emergencies. Good luck, my friend. First raid unlocked. Should be reasonably fast queue. Tanking privilege and all that. If I wanted a near instant queue, I could play Astrologian, but I have little to no interest in suffering like that. Most of the minions I got in those boxes last time was sold. A handful I had to mark down further, but I don't know. My ultimate goal with the material boxes is apparently they can contain the Night Pegasus, and I really want to get my hands on that mount, but I really do not enjoy Palace of the Dead. At some point, I need to get around to finishing Palace of the Dead, at least getting the first, I think it's 50 floors, is what gives you all the story. But man, there's just something about it, right? I fully get why someone could enjoy that. It's just not for me, unfortunately. I have gotten further in Neo on my own little save file. It's really cool whenever I can guess what the boss fight is going to be before I reach the end. And today's big surprise was apparently toads have a really close connection to like ninjas. because this is like the third time I've seen toads connected to a ninjas in just Japanese stuff. I'm actually really curious where that comes from. It's yeah, just a fun pattern, right? Just one of those Japanese cultural things, I suppose. Like how the moon is closely linked to rabbits, which will be coming up eventually. And like that, and that's in like a lot of stuff, right? Comes up in this game in ways that I won't go into. It comes up in a Okami, which is a game that I really enjoy. I do own, and I've never played through myself. So I suppose that's something I could play. But I at least want to give Kingdom Come a crack again. I hear it gets really good, but man, learning that combat system is Come on, Mr. DPS, you can do it. I believe in you. You got this. I'm not actually sure which one this is. Like, I don't know which fight I'm about to get myself into. I don't. This is one of the few where Alexander's the only raid series where I can queue into a fight and not be fairly confident that I know what exactly the fight is going to entail. At least until I see the boss. Like, I have the actual boss mechanics really down. But like, because look at this, right? Most of them open up like this. It's really difficult to actually keep it in my head, just based on the name and the entrance. I think it's really cool hearing stories about the Alexander raids and how the Faust was actually like a huge barrier to progression when the raids first came out. The game was a lot harder back in the day from just everything I've heard. And like I appreciate how it's become so much more accessible with stuff like getting rid of TP and the like, just all these like little sub features that I missed out on and I'm not upset about missing out on. But at the same time, I worry about them taking it too far. Like how Summoner is right now. Oh, it's this one. It's the full one. Like, I'm really worried about if things getting any simpler than they are right now. I think gameplay-wise, most classes are fine. And what problems classes have need tweaking, they don't need total reworks. I think Astrologian is the only job in the game that I genuinely feel needs to be torn down and built back up. Because it's just so rough right now. But I don't know, I'm really worried about the rework. It can either go really well, or they're going to turn it into another summoner, or it's just, if they take what used to be a really fun class with a really interesting rotation, and they just make it utterly brain dead. And I don't know, man. Not everyone needs to enjoy every class. And sometimes I worry that they're really approaching it from that angle. Like everyone needs to enjoy every class. Like, I'm sure it boosts player numbers, but, you know, let difficult classes need to exist so that people who want a more difficult class experience can have that. In the same way that easier classes also need to exist, that people who want to have an easier class experience can have that. Like, it's okay that Dancer and Summoner exist and are fairly easy. The worry is that everything becomes like that. We're gonna wipe. It's gonna be a little close. Gonna be a little close. Yeah, but we're good. It's fine. That's the big quirk about this boss is you have to kill both of them in roughly the same time, or else you wipe immediately. Self-destruct is a guaranteed party wipe. Oh boy, I got all the free loot. Good shit. Fair war. I'm probably gonna swap off Gunbreaker. I'm just gonna say fuck it. Who needs aesthetics? I'm gonna play either Dark Knight or Paladin. God, I do not enjoy Gunbreaker. It's not my thing. Again, I can understand why someone would enjoy playing Gunbreaker. It's just not for me. Expertly done, adventurer. Yeah, pretty cool. Gunbreaker does have one of my favorite glams, though. I don't know. I really like the Omicron. Is that what it's called? This chess piece. Big fan. Well, what have we here? A goblin. Sorry. Oh, that's literally what the reveal was. Sorry, Round Rocks could not stay away. So many new treasures here. Treasures? Oh, do you mean the odd bits and bobs? Well, little ones, these machines are yours to take, and some of them are rather beautiful, I must admit. Uplander can tell pretty machines from ugly, just like Round Rocks. Wholesome. No harm in adding one more to the company, is there? I'll keep an eye on her. Goodness. Shit. Damn it! I was so sure. Uplanders are unwise to come, but most of all is treasure hunter. What she seeks is not here, not in all of Gordias. Door opens. I think it's a really cool door design. I wonder if any doors in the real world work akin to that. Probably not. It's kind of extravagant, but I don't know. It's still neat. Oh shit, cat. As I live and breathe, quick thinks all thoughts, master of the Illuminati. Gobbies are backstrapped with boom dust. Uplander shoots everybody kabooms. Uplander ear catches tongue flaps of master. Enigma codex for plans making is gone. Illuminati are already undertaking Alexander initiative. Foolish Gobby, secrets are kept silent. Tongue flaps never traded with outsiders. Has quick thinks not ordered so many times? But master, forgive noise making of empty head. Gobby did not think. Please, Gobby will take any punishment, just not worst one. Now. What? Uplander is shooting gobbies? And boom dust does not harm Uplanders. Blood, Underlander. Blood for foul and Gobby Ken. I think now would be a good time to leave. Uplander, what is Enigma Codex treasure? Yes, young one, my treasure. Time in the Aether deepens. Mitty is amazing. She can tell pretty junk from ugly almost as well as Round Rocks. The Whirly-Cog Round Rocks finds 72 yalms north and west. In this one is 24 yalms south and east of Argatekuton. Shiny junk, sparkly rocks, spitty bobs, and Whirly-Cogs. Round Rocks has been showing me her treasures, and they're aptly named. Only a fool would call them junk. Just because something has been discarded doesn't mean it can't be beautiful. She also said that Quick Things has a face like a machina, cold and calculating. I can only assume she means his mask. Bleeding Hells, face to face with the head of the Illuminati, eh? Sounds like you had quite an adventure, and this Alexander initiative has got me wondering. Do you reckon it might be the giant's name? No sign of the core, though, eh? Well, we'll just have to look further in. I'll let the chief know anyway. He'll be happy to hear Mitty and Round Rocks are safe, too. Those two haven't stopped talking about machines since they got back. I can't say I've ever thought of junk as pretty, but to each their own. I'm changing class. Warrior's a good option. Oh no. Oh, there's no Aetherites in the hinterlands. Yay, look at the reason to not like the hinterlands. Yay. So, how are things? Going good? That's good. Warrior's an option. I feel drawn to play Dark Knight, though. I fucking love playing Dark Knight. Dark Knight's just a good time. I'd play a DPS, but the queues I'm playing DPS, it's just not worth it. Like, it's bad enough the queues I'm gonna be getting in fucking MSQ. Decisions. Black Mage is a genuinely entertaining time for me. I'm gonna play Dark Knight. I'm playing fucking Dark Knight. Fuck it. Here's the preview of my Dark Knight gameplay when I get around to Shadowbringers. I assure you, I'm not awful at Dark Knight. I can promise nothing else. Baxrix is still helping me to intercept Illuminati communications. He really is a natural when it comes to codes. Truly, these goblins never cease to amaze me. Baxrix is keeper of knowings and... Okay, yep, no, sick, amazing. Hello, Biggs. Ah, Arantella, ready to have another go at finding the giant's core? Wedge, could you... Oh wait, Wedge, stop listening to that bloody link pearl. We barged through the Illuminati's front door. They know we've broken their code. But I've just this moment intercepted a new communication. If you'll give me a moment to... There, it says, oh, death to Uplanders, death to Uplanders. I think we may have started a war. You don't have access to the next instance. Next instance... I would say I have no idea which one this is, but that's a given. I'll know when I see the boss. As unfortunate, that's just how these things go. You know, just half tempted to bust open, like, another smaller game, just put it in the top corner. Hide it when I get through the queue. Just straight up play fucking, I don't know, like, I've got the Enchanted Cave. That's a fun little side game. Show you all my D&D maps. We're talking about D&D lore that all of exactly me cares about. But man, filling 6 minutes of dead air consistently when I just do so little, generally speaking, man. Just like I'm reasonably certain that, like, by this point I've expounded on every gameplay opinion I have in this game, and not a small amount of what I do in my free time is also this game or Neo. But I've already talked about Neo. I've talked about Neo a bit. I don't really have much else to talk about Neo with. Other than to maybe discuss how fucking annoying some of the boss runs are, like the boss run to the Ninja Toad boss fight. Thank goodness I killed him on my second attempt, because holy shit, that would have been hell. Having to that might be the no. That is the worst boss run in the game that I have seen so far. I hope to every god that they do not. That's the worst it gets. Because even when you just have the micro maze memorized, there's so many doors you have to open just to get there. It's frankly though, that entire stage was hell. The entire Iga Dojo stage was genuinely unpleasant. Not a good time. Least favorite level in the entire game. Oh man. It's just mean. It's fucking enemies that just pop out around corners non-stop. Trap doors you never notice until you've walked over it at least once. Like, I get the point, and the concept's really cool, but some of the deaths feel really, really stupid. It's just me, and I'm an easily annoyed asshole, so eh. Okay. You know, if my CPU were better, I'd just straight up open up Neo in the background. Just fuck it, right? You'll get your Neo stream anyway. But no, that would almost certainly make my CPU very fucking mad and not worth it. How did a healer spot fill up before a fucking DPS spot? What? In what world? There it goes. It heard me fucking bitching. Thank you, Yoshi P. Thank you, Yoshi P, for specifically intervening specifically for me. Very cool. Oh, don't be the bomb one. Please just don't be the bomb one. I hate the bomb one. I'm gonna have to do the bomb one eventually, I know, but I want to put off doing the bomb one for as long as possible. Okay, looks like the warrior wants to main tank. They can have it. I wouldn't be a very good main tank anyway. Dark Knight only has like half their fucking kit right now. Where's the warrior right now? Oh, it's the elephant. Good stuff. I'm helping with the mitigation, I swear. See that replies? I know I'm very cool. Very useful. You know, I don't think it's the bomb one. It's the bomb one. God damn it. Oh, this one takes so fucking long. It's not even interesting or fun. The only mechanic in this is that someone hops in a robot and drags the bomb away from everyone else. And half the time they don't even have to do that. You are being shot because no one killed the snipers. They wanted to rush through. Because people forget that they have fucking ghost rifles. We're getting to the songs where I'm gonna have to fight to not sing along. What's so wild about this song and its lyrics is that the lyrics are absolute fucking nonsense. But I have such a hard time accepting the fact they're nonsense. Because I can so clearly see how it relates to the story and the characters during this raid. But no, I believe it was Koji Fox wrote all the lyrics for the song. Extremely sleep deprived, like on the train ride to do the recording because he spent so long trying to get it right. And honestly, it's better than all the raid tracks from the Omega series. No one's pulling the bomb. Yeah, no one got in the neck. We're just gonna eat this one. Good shit. What is going on? Why aren't you pulling them to the group? You can burst them down, Mr. Reaper. Are you trying to take longer? My goal now is to stand as close to the warrior as possible so we don't fight over aggro. I don't care if he takes the aggro, I care that they're all in the same spot. Did he turn off his tank stance? Oh, yeah, okay. I was gonna say. Okay, there should only be one more wave. This should be the last one. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. Everything's fine. If they're smart, they'll let me die. Wasn't necessary. Everything's dead. Good game. Good shit. Poor gobbies. They didn't even do more free loot for me. I have so many of these tokens. It's not even funny. I never use them. I don't like most of the glamour from Alexander. Because it's all very techno-based, and the only even techno-adjacent tank is the Gunbreaker, and I don't enjoy the Gunbreaker. That said, my warrior does use the coat from the last 4 Alexander raids. So, who am I to talk? But no, it's just like I don't like most of them. I think a good number of the chess pieces from this raid are really good, with the exception of the weird giant dagger things they have hanging off of them that I think look really stupid. Personally, if you like it, more power to you. But I'm not a fan. I'm just not a fan. Uplander is amazing. Uplander is stronger than 10 gobbies. Yeah, I'm pretty cool. I just realized that goblins are digigraded. Huh. I'm not sure though. It looks like they have like normal feet. They just have like 2 extra joints in their legs. That's weird. Okay. Ah, there you are, old friend. I was beginning to wonder if I'd ever find you. Big's account left something to be desired, so I thought it best to see the interior with my own eyes. A treasure hunter through and through. Tell me, what exactly do you hope to find here? Ever heard of the Enigma Codex? It's a book of ideas written some 100 years past, the life's work of one of the greatest technologists ever to draw breath. Within its pages are found myriad wonders, from designs for machina that could operate ceaselessly for centuries to novel ways of cultivating cheese. Even a fragment of the book could bring a king's ransom. But most remarkable of all are the plans for a walking citadel. It was to be a beacon of logic and reason for all the world. A walking citadel? Seven hells, we're standing in it, aren't we? The Illuminati's primal took the form of that idea, but I sense that none of this is news to you. You've read it then, this Enigma Codex. The design catered for every needful thing, from warm beds to crops of grain. Its occupants would never have to leave, and all in a fortress on feet, impenetrable and ready to move at a moment's notice. The citadel was meant to bear the world's most brilliant scholars and artificers of the age to all four corners of the world, that they might set about unraveling the mysteries of creation. And this utopia, this shining seat of erudition, was to be called Alexander. If Round Rocks lived in Walking Castle, Round Rocks would collect treasure from everywhere. Indeed you could, little one, and anything you found, be it junk, forgotten teachings, or lost secrets, would be yours for the taking. And what exactly would the Illuminati do with all this knowledge? They would use it to take control, most likely, create a world ruled by a few chosen scholars. Unless I'm mistaken, that's why the Illuminati exist. Bloody fanatics. Take a perfectly good idea and make it into an object of faith. What could possibly go wrong? I can well imagine how a people who have spent decades carrying their homes on their backs might crave a home that would carry them. How such a place could seem like a utopia. But we're not talking about a machine here. We're talking about a primal, and primals will be the death of us all. I trust you'll be ready when things come to a head, Arentel. Yeah, pretty cool. Utopia is happy place. Where there is junk aplenty, Round Rocks is happy. Where is very happy place of Midi? Wherever he is. Sometimes Backrix is coming with Round Rocks for junk hunting. Uplander will come next time too? Not likely, but who knows. I think Round Rock's pile of treasures may have grown a touch. Not that that's any surprise. She goes hunting whenever she has a spare moment. A girl after my own heart. If my ears seem red, it's because Ystrola just called. Dear me, I didn't think she knew such language. I gather Matoya may not be the easiest of taskmasters. Not that I don't sympathize, of course. I wonder what she'd say if she had to work under the chief. This Enigma Codex sounds amazing. A walking citadel is one thing, but a self-sustaining walking citadel, genius. It's just a pity the Illuminati had to go and make a bleeding primal out of it. From what I understand, this Alexander was active for no more than a few seconds. That's seconds, and it nigh drained the hinterlands of Aether. Imagine what it'd do if it wandered the whole bleeding world. I don't think Round Rocks realizes how much danger we're in here. Too busy hunting for new treasures. Probably for the best, though, eh? We've got ourselves a problem, Arendelle, but don't worry, the Chief has a plan. Speaking of whom, Chief, over here. It's like starting a damn lawnmower. All present and correct, I see. Good. Something has been nagging at me for a while, Arendelle, and I finally realized what it is. It concerns the communications Wedge intercepted. So we know that the Illuminati have managed to establish a base inside the Colossus, meaning they must also have found a way to pierce the magic barrier. Assuming that's the case, what need have they to use the only hatch which the barrier doesn't protect? And why go to the trouble of sending coded messages on how to unlock it? The answer? Spies. I believe the Illuminati have an agent outside the Colossus, most likely in Idleshire itself, who is using the hatch as a backdoor. Now, this agent will know we've broken their code, and that the hatch is constantly watched, so he won't have been able to use it for some time. As such, he'll doubtless be desperate to re-establish contact with the inside. That's why I've cleared the area around the giant's hand. All we need to do now is watch and wait, and follow whoever makes a dash for the hatch. Like clockwork. Chief, Link Pearl call from Red Bricks. He says Brayflox went inside, but she can't be. No, it must be an imposter. Chief, whoever you met earlier was a spy. Quick, you've got to get after her. I can't believe Brayflox would betray us like this. Just when you think you know Agabi. Next raid! Oh boy, more Q. Love to see it. The fuck? Why do you still exist? Wait a minute. Man, my fucking computer's a mess. I'll never understand why it leaves certain shit behind when you uninstall stuff. Goodness. But yeah. Other things I've been thinking about streaming is or doing both, honestly, is I've been thinking about getting into the old Star Wars, the old Republic Online, because I played that long time ago, way back, and I got to level 20 with all the classes you could on the free trial before hitting the massive fucking paywall that is hitting level 20 and the insane amounts of grind you need or needed. Because again, it's been a long fucking time. But I've really been considering just getting a sub for that and playing that. I think that could be a fun thing to stream, because it would effectively be blind. I would effectively have no fucking clue what's going on, as I really only know like the bare minimum of like the first 20 levels, because it's been like almost a decade. It's Pepsi Man. Shit. We're gonna fight Pepsi Man. I fucking love this one. Aw, man, fucking good shit. Wait, if they can go that way, why do I have to go this way? That doesn't seem fair. Dark Knight friend. Pretty sure this is Pepsi Man. I don't know what else this would be besides Pepsi Man. It's Pepsi Man. 100% Pepsi Man. Show me the Pepsi Man. Yeah. Why did I stop moving? What the fuck? You know, I appreciate the sentiment for waiting for me. They really don't want to. You don't really need an off-tank for this. In like 20 seconds it takes me to get back to the ring, you know? Oh, the worst phase. This phase may actually require a tank swap if it goes poorly. Yeah, the hand just goes fucking rogue. There's two of them? Cool. Gain on 2. AoE time. Let's go. Dude, I fucking hate that Dark Knight's AoE is a gain on 2, but his AoE magic ability is like is a gain on 3. It's so obnoxious how all of your like meter stuff isn't on the same game as all of the as like your like other your like spells, I guess they are. Which I don't know. I mean, maybe that's why it's the distinction of their spells. I just fucked over that healer in accident. Oops. Someone already LB'd, so... And gone. Hey, more free loot. Fuck yeah. I'd love to see it. Gabi found it. Good. Knowings of missing piece are with Illuminati. F. Gabi did well indeed. This is how you treat those who please you? Now is realm in chaos, broken. Machine with too many parts, but Illuminati plan needs one thing. Missing piece to bring world order. Give world harmony, make world perfect. And what of those who don't fit your vision of perfection? How many must die to pay for your utopia? Don't you see? You summoned a goddamn primal. It will devour the aether of the very land you visit. Until Heidelin and everything on it is dead. Inside fortress of Illuminati, chosen will live on. If inferior and outside die for progress, so be it. That is the cost of seeking of knowings. Goodness. Hell's take you and your damned seeking. Wise uplanders find happiness in Illuminati rule. Unwise uplanders, utopia does not need. So it's obey or die then. Pah. The whole concept is grotesque. No, Sid, like the rest of the ideas set out in the Enigma Codex, Alexander is wonderful in itself, perfect even, but in the rush to realize its ideals, even the best of us can be led astray. Oh, so once upon a time, these Illuminati were starry-eyed philanthropists. Is that it? And it was only after they got their hands on your perfect bloody codex that they turned into vicious killers? Tell me, was there any passage in particular that convinced them to abandon their last shred of empathy? I cannot speak for the precise contents of the codex, not anymore, but I haven't forgotten everything I read. I think I can stop the core if you can get me close enough. You think you can, or you know you can, and what of its location? It's somewhere in the trunk, or how close we are to that, I can't say. Round rocks can say. Two paces of round rocks and are one yam. So, by count of round rocks, chest of Whirlycog is only a little further. Clever girl, you've been measuring how far we've come from the start. Alright, I propose we withdraw for the time being. I don't know what will happen when we reach the core, but I do know that we'll be better equipped to deal with it if we're well rested and ready for anything. All should be well enough. No one should have the power to choose who lives and who dies. The idea is too vile, too insidious to be left unchallenged. We have to act. If we don't, Alexander will awaken and the Illuminati will be unstoppable. Make no mistake, Arentel, it's now or never. If Uplander comes back safe from core unmaking, Round Rocks will give one piece of secret treasure. Cool. Don't worry about us, Arentel. You just concentrate on getting Midi to the core in one piece. Wedge and I will bring up the rear when the coast is clear. Just you be careful, Arentel. There's no telling what mechanical horrors are protecting the core. I think I have the knowledge required to shut down the Giant's core, but if I am to reach it, I'll need you to lend me your strength. Well, really, the Illuminati's latest message is, well, let's just say it's unsuitable for polite company. I should be much obliged if you teach those privy-mouthed savages some manners, Arntel. Oh boy, it's time for number 4. Hopefully this isn't the one I think it is. I really hope it's not the one I think it is. If it's the one I think it is, it's going to take a minute if everyone's not on the same boat. On the bright side, if I get stuck being off-tank, it's most likely for the better, because I know how to properly off-tank this. And you really need an off-tank who knows what the fuck they're doing for this one. If it's the one I think it is, which it might not be. It's not the one I thought it was. Nope. What one is this? Oh, is it this one? Okay, this is easy. This is easy as shit. Zero worries here. So I wonder what one that one was in. Why is that red mage attacking the other way? What are they doing? Well, they're dead now, so... You know, I just had to mention this one being easy. This is my fate. Don't want to use blood weapon yet. Ow. Oh, rip rack mage, very sad. Well, that person didn't let me take any of the tethers, so on their heads. Good shot. This might be the most chaotic run I've ever seen for this boss. I'm a little surprised we haven't cleared the boss yet. Why boss not dead yet? What going wrong where? Thank goodness. Rip boss. Please die, thank you. After this, I think I'm done with Final Fantasy for the day. I'm feeling just a tad burned out of this game right now. Mainly because, Alexander comes up a lot in the roulette. So having to go through it again is really fucking exhausting. Ideally, I could bounce between this and the MSQ replay, and that'd be perfect, but it's not an option because of how New Game Plus works. So, yeah, I'm going all... And then the mock raid's gonna be... Although, with the mock raids, the Alliance raid series, it won't be nearly as annoying, because there's only 3 of those raids, and I barely ever see any of them. So it'll all be... It won't be nearly as upsetting as going through Alexander for the upteenth millionth time, because roulette's drag me here nonstop. Going through... there's a couple of trials that are coming up that are kind of similar, and there was a big problem in fucking what's it called? Give me a minute. Brain working in ARR, because ARR was just such a fucking slog. Good story, but actually playing through it is painful. Or you know what? I guess a good compromise might be if actually like having to think about mechanics and these annoying fights is the problem. I could unsync all of them. That might be what I do. Swap back to Dragoon, just unsync all of them so it's only the story. It's probably for the best, honestly, when I think about it. I think that's actually what I'm going to do. Yeah. We're here, and none the worse for wear. So if you need another pair of hands, just say the word. So this is the heart of the machine, eh? I knew I should have brought a bigger hammer. Not that I'll be needing it, of course. Isn't that right, Mitty? Why would you put the control panel on top of the core? That doesn't make much sense. Cool. Raid series over. Very short raid series. Look! Gobby folk. Plus cat. Greater are knowings and brain cases of unwise than quick thinks believed. Perhaps quick thinks judge too quickly. Perhaps Illuminati should study Uplanders. It is before eyes of Gobby? Good. Do not fail. Illuminati have no use for failing Gobbies. End of Gobby's long wanderings is close. Something isn't right. Something isn't right at all. The way Quick Think spoke, you'd think he had won. He didn't seem too bothered, that's for sure. Do you think he might have planned for us stopping Alexander's core? What was it the chief said again about the Illuminati finding what they needed to complete their plan? Something along the lines of a missing piece, I thought. And what if Quick thinks honor guard? The two dolts who are ever at his side, why aren't they here? The Illuminati must surely have known we were coming. What could be more important than protecting their leader? You don't think he sent them to Idleshire, do you? What our backs were turned like? That would be... Come on. Just use the Aetherite! Why do you always forget the Aetherite? Quick Things would not give up so easily. We've got to get back to Idleshire. What do we do? What happened? Did the lookout see anything? Giant loses power. Uplander succeeded. Never mind that. Man. Did the Illuminati come? Is Idleshire safe? How does Uplander know? Yes, many Illuminati come to take stuffs of Gobbyflock. Great was chaos, but suddenly Illuminati go and take only junk not worth jingly shine. They come barging in, ready to start a war, then scrapped with a handful of bleeding junk. Hold on a minute. Where were they last seen? Red Bricks thinks near the shortstop. Round rocks, come on. I'll go and find the chief. He'll know what to do. I'm gonna swap back to Dragoon. I'm gonna leave the visor down because fuck it. What the shit is going on over there? Is this a Blue Mage leveling party? Or does that give the tomestones from the event? That might be the case actually. Bisho, Uplanders are gone too long for comfort of Red Bricks. Shortstop is place of clashings with the Illuminati. Illuminati are up to no good, maybe using confusion to do foul things. Uplander must go and see, make sure all is well. There's actually something I'm curious about. Forgive me a moment. You see, that's just annoying. Why are you the same thing? I'm gonna have to look into this. Because the point of having these separate... Okay, well, that's not for right now. It's something I have to deal with later. Is everything still as we found it? They haven't come back yet, have they? No, but they're gone. No, they're gone for now, and everyone seems to be fine, physically at least. But Round Rocks. Gone. All gone. Poor thing. The Illuminati took everything. I'm just glad she was off collecting trinkets when back with Backricks when they came. I daren't think what might have happened had she been here. Come, come, little one, dry your tears. One thief unconscious. We caught him lurking near the edge of town, not far from your treasure, Round Rocks. Uplander brings treasures home. Thanks to Uplander, many, many thanks. It was all Biggs, little one. He had a feeling few soldiers might be lurking around, waiting to ambush us, and that's what we stumbled onto when we went to look. But why did the Illuminati take Round Rock's collection in the first place? Surely that can't have been their goal. I wouldn't be so sure. Were I to guess, I'd say the Illuminati believed something they wanted was hidden amongst Round Rock's pile of trinkets. Rather than waste time sorting through them, they decided to take the lot, but when they subsequently realized that they didn't have what they were looking for, they crept back into town to wait for a chance to seize whatever it was they actually wanted. What if Bad Gobbies want most favoritist treasure of Round Rocks? One that is safe with Uplanders. You mean the glowstone that Arentel borrowed, but of course, it's been sitting in the decoding machine all along. Yes, Round Rocks would be sad without the pretty glowstone. And a special treasure from near Old Castle, rusty one that was left by Uplanders, come before. Wait, what do you mean before, Round Rocks? Were you near the Charlian ruins when the metal giant first appeared? Yes, Round Rocks saw Whirlycog Giant stand 3 years ago, but was only for a little bit, and big gobbies do not believe Round Rocks. 3 years ago, when someone tried and failed to summon the Primal. A fragment of the Codex, of all the places in the realm. Only a fragment of the originals. That crystal must be the Illuminati's missing piece. We may have stopped their primal and taken their prize, but our foes are not about to admit defeat. They'll be back and out for blood, like as not. But we've got you, Arentel, and I'm sure you'll be ready for the onslaught when it comes. Might I suggest you make merry till then? Round Rocks is happy. Many friends worry, think of Round Rocks. Uplander is one. Round Rocks thinks a kind Uplander. Let me chime in as well, Arentel. Round Rocks' home needed protection, and you provided it. Not many would do that, and certainly not in the face of a primal. You have my thanks also. Midi helped Round Rocks too. Uplanders have good hearts and kind. Only so many of us find Machina pretty, my dear. We have to stick together, don't we? Did MIDI always like whirly cogs and bitty bobs? Not like you, Roundrocks, my love. My love adored the things, inventing, building, and tinkering with them. MIDI always touches Hurtmark when remembering. Do I? Well, I suppose I do. Those times were something else, little one. My friends and I, we were lost in our dream. We thought to put back the pieces of the broken world with logic, reason, and technology, and we were certain we could do it too. I hadn't such skill with thinking up things or making them, but I helped in my small way. And that feeling of aiding in someone else's dream, sharing it, washes over you like a wave of happiness. I've never felt that way since. Now it all seems so far away. Even the moments feel like I dreamed them rather than lived them. Dreamed them. Well, enough of that. Roundrocks is right, adventurer. You're a kindly soul. Keep an eye on our girl till next we meet, will you? Alright, okay. So, I think I'm about done with Final Fantasy XIV for today. So I'm a hop offline. I'm gonna try and see if I can figure out the issue with my filter and my game capture, and then I'll probably be live again later. With what? I do not know. I've been thinking about just streaming more Neo, but not giving a damn about the fact that it will be starting from the start. I'll be playing my own file, which I wouldn't really be ideal, but at least in the way that I view things. But at the same time, you know, like, eh. But again, we'll see. But I want to figure out my game capture problem first, and then possibly tomorrow I'll be back again, probably finishing off the Alexander series, because I feel like I won't burn out as fast as I'm now resolved to just play through the raid series unsynced, just so I can get the story and get through it. Being as this kind of burnout really won't be a problem for any of the other raid series for me, because it's been long enough and they don't come up often enough that I'll just immediately lose all interest in playing because I'm going through the same content I've seen a million times. But until then, have a good one all.